One day of Dragalia lost remains. Our farewell end of service livestream. Goodbye, Dragalia Lost shuts down. Last day of Dragalia Lost. English voice actors paying their final respects to the game. We will miss you. Goodbye, Dragalia Lost. Guess I don't have a reason to hold on to this anymore. Yeah, if it wasn't already apparent, as of November 30th, Dragalia Lost is officially shutting down. Before we jump into this video though, I do want to thank all of our incredible patrons over on Patreon. You guys do not need to support Mrs. Stix and I, but you still choose to, and trust me, it is appreciated beyond anything I can convey verbally. You guys are incredible, and admittedly, if you have a moment, follow Mrs. Stix and I over on Twitter. We'd really appreciate that. Now, Dragalia Lost is admittedly a gacha game that I never really had much time to play. I played it back in 2019, I believe, and the game was admittedly pretty fun. It had some really cute anime aesthetics. It had some decent combat, a decent story. Like, to me, I joined this game late, so personally this wasn't anything that really stood out in terms of the game overall. But I know for a lot of people, this is something that got them started in the genre. This is something that they have been playing for years now. This is something that, admittedly, they definitely did not expect to shut down, but it is. The official end of service announcement actually goes on to read, "Thank you for playing our game. In a notification that was posted in March 2022, we announced that service for Dragalia Lost will come to a close at a later date. This message is to inform players that the end of service date has been decided." This was actually posted a couple months ago. "We would like to extend our sincere thanks to everyone who has played the game since the service began. If you start out the Dragalia Lost game after the game's service has ended, an end of service notification will be displayed and you will not be able to play the game." Now, it is never good to see a game that you actively play, that you actively enjoy, or that you did enjoy at one point in your life, shut down. You always think that these games are gonna last forever, that they're just going to remain in a perpetual state of, well, being functional and online, so you can go back to them whenever you want. You have these memories that you can relive by just merely logging into your character, seeing all of your husbandos and waifus, seeing all the content that you have cleared. But for Dragalia Lost, that is just not the case. Now, admittedly, there have been a ton of threads made over on Reddit discussing their experiences within the game, going on to elaborate on how much they will miss everything. I'm sad I've stopped playing years ago, but it's still one of the best experiences I've ever had. The game wasn't perfect, but holy shit did it set a standard for me. Event and story quality, gameplay in a portrait format. Make sure you tell your favorite character see you tomorrow so they don't know what's coming. I'm actually in tears right now just on the start screen. I'm gonna miss everything about this game. It died way too early and was a great free-to-play friendly game that a lot of gacha should take notes from. Hopefully there will be an offline version, but I'm not holding my breath because of Nintendo. Dragalia Lost set the standard for me. I can't get into any new gachas now. None of the newer ones just do it for me. Again, unfortunately, I never had the opportunity to really invest much time into this game, but I do know what it feels like to have a game that you loved so much shut down. And admittedly, there have been several that shut down this year alone. Now, if you're looking for maybe a gacha game that hasn't shut down that can take the place of Dragalia Lost, then I have two different videos on screen right now that might be of interest to you. One is featuring a brand new gacha game that I think you definitely need to take the time to look at because I had an immense amount of fun playing it, and the other is a list of every gacha game that released this month in the month of November 2022.